Hello, welcome to the University Life. Lewis here bringing you another video. Good to see you again, hope the union's doing alright. So I decided to go home on the weekend, see my mum, help her out with a CV, give my PlayStation to my brother. You know, see a friend here and there. But Northern Rail, ho ho, Northern Rail. It's a good job that my asshole is nice and wide from that ass fucking that student finance gave to me not long ago, because it made the ass fucking that Northern Rail gave me that a little bit easier to take. I said all my goodbyes on the Sunday, 5:20. I was at the station. There was a bus replacement to Preston. I was like, this happens on a Sunday at Polton. You just gotta deal with it. Bus replacement never shows up. And there was, okay, so this is the bit that annoyed me. There was a coach that was right next to the bus stop, and he was waiting there, just talking to everyone. Half an hour goes by, the rail replacement is nowhere to be seen, and this guy just decides, you know what? Should I just start up the coach and we just set off in that one? You didn't think to do that from the start? See, I was pretty livid about that, because then obviously I missed my Preston train, and me being an idiot, trying to save money, I got the ticket that's only valid for one specific time. So then when I get to Preston, gotta wait for another hour before another train shows up, and the only trains available at that time are like 5 changes. Luckily there was only a train that was 2 station changes. So I went from Preston to Huyton, and then there was another rail replacement bus from Huyton to Liverpool Lime Street. Oh, but Northern Rail, the fantastic company that it is, the second rail replacement never showed up. So after waiting there for an hour, decided, God, I'm just gonna get a bus. So I had to pay for a bus to get to Liverpool 1 and then walk from Liverpool 1 here at Philharmonic. And the whole process took 5 hours. Just to put that in context, my friend could get to Edinburgh quicker than I got from Blackpool to Liverpool. That's not okay. It's not okay, Northern Rail. It's just not okay. I think I am the kind of person, I'd say it's an obsessive personality, quite an addictive personality. Probably why I don't do too well with the women. I always like to have that one thing in my life that I can focus on. If I have that one focus in life, everything else just seems to fall into place. It's kind of like a piano. That's how I like to describe it. So, you know, life for me is like a keyboard, basically, like a piano. If you focus on one part, you suddenly find that you can apply that to the rest of your life, and suddenly everything falls into place. And I am happy to say that I've finally found that focus. I could get back to being on top form. Let me show you. So yes, as I was saying, I have found that one focus, so I've got a little to-do list which I like to look at from time to time, and if we scroll all the way down, boom, there it is. Start a YouTube society. As always, if you want to get your message broadcast to the viewers, just use hashtag to the viewers in the comments, and you can replace this guy right here. So I guess you're wondering, why start a YouTube society, Lewis? There's many reasons, but probably the best way to show you would be, yeah, one sec. Right, so if we apply basic economics to this situation, I'm just going to draw out a bit of a graph here. Basic rule, law of demand. As price goes up, demand goes down. So you get this downward sloping curve. With supply, if something's more expensive, you're going to want to supply more of it. Therefore, you have an upward sloping curve. These meet, and in a free market, this is what we know as the equilibrium price, or this is basically where the market clears, where supply and demand are in a nice little balance. So if we apply this situation to having a YouTube society, let's just say that this is, I don't know, the price is £3 for the membership. That is where we want to be. But right now, supply, well, it's non-existent, so there is clearly a disparity between supply and demand. So what I want to do is increase the supply, and hopefully we'll get somewhere around here. Right, so that's your little economics lesson over. Yeah, basically, I just think it'd be really cool to have an environment where people feel they're in a safe environment with like-minded people who just, like me, they just like creating content and they just want to share that with other people. So yeah, I've got some really cool ideas. Hopefully it'll get people making new friendships, sort of testing their comfort zones, and basically giving them practical advice which they can apply to their channel, and hopefully we'll get a really strong community. So yeah, that's the plan. So yeah, now I'm just off to fill out the registration form, so right, so it is the next day. In fact, it's actually 2 days later. I've found the registration form, I filled out everything that needed to be filled out. It took a long time, to be honest. A lot of stuff to fill out. It's an online registration form. You go to the Guild website. Yeah, for Liverpool it's called the Guild. I think other universities might call it Student Union. And then, yeah, you just follow the process. So it'll ask you to fill things out such as, you know, the name of the society, the aims, and then you have to fill out objectives, which fill the aims, and it's got to be realistic for the year. And then you've got to fill out why you think that it should be created, why you think people would join it, and then you have to fill out why you think it would comply with all of the values of the guild. So there's things like, you know, how is it going to be fun, how is it going to be inclusive, how is it going to be professional, how are you going to constantly improve. So yeah, it was a lot of stuff. It actually took probably a couple of hours, to be honest, and then I hit a bit of a stumbling block because at that point I had to have another committee member. You can't create a society by yourself. You have to have a minimum of 2 people. So one would be the secretary, the other would be the treasurer. Ideally you'd have a third who's a president, but I'm kind of being the president and the secretary at the moment, so hopefully when it gets a bit more popular I can give that role to someone else. I found a friend and you know, played a bit of table tennis with them in the common room. I'm a business student now. It's networking. I was networking, so I was doing some networking, landing a contract. So yeah, I've got him signed up as the treasurer, which is awesome because that means the application is now sent off. It's really exciting because it means we can push forward. I can start, you know, marketing it, seeing how many people are interested, get the activities sorted. So yeah, it's gonna be exciting. Just excited to see, you know, what kind of people show up. See if we can make some friendships. And yeah, just make some cool memories. As soon as I hear more from that, I will keep you updated. So yeah, thank you for joining me through the first stage of getting my YouTube Society set up. Not too long, we can finally scratch that off the to-do list. If you're excited to see what I do with this society and you made it to this part of the video, drop a like. If you're watching this video and you are from the University of Liverpool, you know, maybe share this around, let people know that I'm starting a YouTube Society, because I do think there are a few people from the Uni of Liverpool that do watch this, so if you could spread the message, that'd be much appreciated. Comment down below what sort of societies you've been joining this year. I always like to hear from you guys. If you are new, subscribe and join the union to get future updates. I guess that's it for this video, so yeah, this video is done.